Today we are going to discuss about projectile motion. Projectile motion. Okay. So before that, let's start with a few basics. Okay. So let's say if you have a vector v, okay, or velocity v in this direction, this velocity can be broken up into horizontal and vertical components. Okay. So if this is theta, then this is v cos theta and this is v sine theta, as you all know. So this is a very important fundamental concept that you need to understand, that any vector, okay, or any velocity which has magnitude as well as direction can be broken down into horizontal and vertical components. Okay. So now let's look at the projectile motion. Let me draw the y-axis and the x-axis and a projectile which happens like this. Okay. So let's say the velocity here is v. Okay. If this velocity is v, what would the velocity here be? If this is theta,
V cos theta.
yeah, this would be v
Cos
cos theta. Okay. And what would the velocity over here be?
V sin theta.
Yes, v sine theta. Okay. So in projectile motion, what we do is that this velocity with which a particular, let's say a stone is thrown or a projectile is thrown, okay, we divide that into horizontal and vertical components. Okay. The horizontal component is v cos theta, and this v cos theta remains constant. Okay, does not change. And because it remains constant, what's the horizontal acceleration?
0.
Yes, the horizontal acceleration is
0.
0, right? Because this v cos theta remains constant and it's assumed that there is no air friction. Okay. Whereas the vertical velocity keeps on changing. Okay. So when you start throwing, the vertical velocity will keep on reducing, and at the very top, the vertical velocity is
0.
0. So here Vy is 0. Okay. Whereas the horizontal always remains as Vx always remains as V
Cos theta.
cos theta. Okay. Now at this point, the vertical velocity changes direction and comes down, because of gravity, right? So at this point, at the point it hits the ground, the vertical velocity is V sine theta, but in the opposite direction, and hence it is negative because it is in the
Opposite.
opposite direction. Okay. So it's very important to understand that here the velocity, vertical velocity, keeps on reducing. Here it becomes 0, and then the vertical velocity keeps on
Increase.
increasing. Okay. This is the fundamental. In the next chapter, we'll see how to calculate the time which the projectile will remain in the air as well as the maximum height reached. In the last video, we saw how for projectile motion, the vector v is broken up into v cos v cos theta and v sine theta. Okay. So as we have learned, v cos theta, the horizontal component of the velocity, remains constant, and hence the horizontal acceleration is actually 0 because there is no change in the velocity. Okay. But the vertical velocity keeps on reducing, that is v sine theta keeps on reducing. At the very top, at the highest point, okay, it is actually 0, and then the acceleration keeps on increasing because of gravity, and at the point it hits the ground, the velocity is actually again v sine theta but in the opposite direction. Okay. Now as you know, to find, there was the formula for acceleration, right? Acceleration is change in velocity upon change in time. Okay, now in this case the acceleration is actually g, right, gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second squared. And if you look at the delta v, it is this is negative because it's in opposite direction. Final velocity minus initial velocity, right? So we have v sine theta, which is the final velocity, minus the initial velocity, that is v sine theta, upon time. Okay, delta t. So let me take delta t this side, and what you have is minus 2v sine theta upon g. So hence, by using this formula, you can find out the amount of time that the projectile will remain in the air. Okay, so this can also be written as minus 2 the initial velocity, right? V, as you know, is the initial velocity, so you can say u y, right, the y component of the velocity, divided by g, which is essentially the equivalent formula, and this will tell you the time the projectile was in the air. Okay, now similarly, and time is always positive, right? So the negative sign does not really make sense, so this is also written as 2 uy upon g, because time is never negative. Now let's say if you want to find out uh, the height, the maximum height that the projectile reached. Okay, so let me again just minimize this and keep it over here. And if you were to understand the height, okay, so we can use the formula, that is v square equals to u square plus 2as, right, Newton's laws of motion, right? In this case, if you see, if you look at the highest point over here, right, what is the vertical velocity at the highest point? It is actually 0. Okay, whereas the initial velocity is v sine theta, right, square, plus 2, and a is actually the acceleration g, and s will be the height, h. So if I were to move h on that side, what I will get is v sine theta square divided by 2g. Okay, and v sine theta, as I said, is the vertical component of the velocity, square upon 2g. So in this way you can also calculate the highest point, right, or the height, maximum height. This is the max height of the projectile, and using this formula you can find out the time the projectile remains in the air.